No, I won't stop.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have an exciting video for you guys because a brand new update actually just dropped the other day. I am a little bit late, so I do apologize, but the 1.2.10 beta was released and there is so many changes, so many bug fixes, so many like gameplay fixes, redstone fixes, mobs, crafting, audio, and also the interface as well. There is so much to read, but I'm not going to go over every single thing because we'll be here all day, so we'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to read it for yourself. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, definitely go ahead and slap a like on this video. Let's see if we can just aim for like 5.2 likes, okay? Not 5.2k likes, just 5.2, okay? It's impossible to hit, but I think we can maybe do it. I don't know. I'm just kidding, but let's go ahead and jump into this right now. Alright, so let's read this off the website right here. So the first thing is just the changes. So it says many screens now respond when a button is pressed instead of released, so they now feel extra responsive. Also, the gamepad cursor sensitivity can now be adjusted in the controller settings. Falling on hay bales now reduce fall damage. Also, they increase the tick radius range, which can actually be adjusted when creating or editing a world. And then they actually repeat the same one, which was the gamepad cursor sensitivity. They repeated that twice, so it's a little bit weird. They might have messed up, like a little bit of an accident right there. But the next one says, owned skin packs will now appear at the top of the skin picker. Also, if you do go ahead and purchase, content in the marketplace, it will now automatically update, which can be toggled in profile settings. Also, they adjusted the vertical look acceleration when using a controller, and the lucky last one says they made it easier to invite friends to games by pressing X on the invite screen. So that is all the changes right there for this update, which is only for beta. So you guys on iOS, I don't think you're gonna have this just yet until the official release. So only like Windows 10, Android, and I believe Xbox have this update because, it's obviously in beta, not the official release just yet. So I'm not exactly sure when it's going to happen, but let's move over to the bug fixes. I'm not going to go over that too much because it's a little bit boring. So they just, fix the crash that occurred when creating multiple worlds, fix the crash that occurred when uploading a screenshot to a club and losing internet connection. And then there's just, so many other, crashes right there. So it's always good that they, squash those bugs because you don't want to be playing a game and then you're just crashing all of a sudden. So, yeah, I'm not going to read all of that because it's a little bit boring, but let's move over to the general. So it says right here, the game is once again playable on Windows 10 mobile when using an Xbox One controller. The Beam Me Up achievement can once again be unlocked. Viewing the presence on a player profile will now be accurate when playing split screen. Also, custom skins with uppercase, so the .png extensions are now recognized in Windows 10. They also fixed an issue that prevented realms from being renewed. That would, yeah, that's a little bit weird. And the lucky last one says the achievement screen will now show the most recent status without having to close and reopen the game. So, yeah, that's it basically for the general. Now let's move over to gameplay. So for gameplay, there's so many. There is so many things right here just on my screen right now. It is actually ridiculous. And then we have to go over redstone, mobs, and crafting, audio, and user interface. So there's so much to go over today, guys. And wait, there's actually one more that I completely missed, and that is commands. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to read every single thing because it's quite a lot. So you guys can, check the description below and just read it for yourself. But for the gameplay, basically it says they fixed the hunger bar not filling up in the Xbox One worlds. Also, the empty glass bottles can now be filled with water from a cauldron in creative mode. Falling on a slime block while sneaking will now properly inflict 4 damage. For Book and Quill, the sign and close button is no longer active if a name has not been entered. Also, there's just so many, oh my goodness. I have to just skip through it. Like, I just have to skip through, like, some of the most important ones, I guess you could say. So, let's see. Map items in converted Xbox One worlds now have the proper alignments. Okay, break in a cauldron, beacon, or a daylight sensor with silk touch no longer drops 2 of each item. So the eyes of Ender and the slash locate will now point to the right location of a stronghold. They fix the fire spreading from covered lava. And let's see, starting map and bonus chests can no longer be toggled for template worlds, and there's just so many, guys, like anvils, ender chests, and just so much right there. But let's move over to the redstone, or we're gonna be here all day. So the minecart with hopper can no longer duplicate items. That kind of sucks. So maybe, you know, since we don't have the official update for 1.2.10 just yet, maybe in the update we have now, which was, you know, well, is 1.2.9, you might want to, you know, if you want to duplicate items, it still works. But for this update, it's not going to work. Minecart with hopper and TNT will no longer shake on the activator rails. Also renamed shulker boxes, minecarts, boats, and arrows no longer lose their names when fired from a dispenser. Daylight sensors can no longer generate power in the nether. So we're just going to read one more. So mobs and minecarts no longer activate rails next to them as they try to walk. So we went through the redstone, you know, some of it, the gameplay, some of it, general, you know, the bug fixes and the changes. Now we're going to move over to the mobs. So let's see what some kind of things is happening in this update. So for the first one, it says baby chickens no longer get stuck in the corners of fences. Elder guardians and zombie villager eggs can now be obtained with the pick block in creative mode. They actually also reduced the explosion range of creepers. They fixed mobs shaking while riding in minecarts. Mobs no longer view closed doors as valid paths and shouldn't get stuck when trying to walk through them. Also for rabbits, they will also, you know, follow players that are holding carrots and flowers in survival mode. Smaller mobs can no longer trample farmland and crops. And this one is actually kind of surprising. So the wither will now face the right direction when attacking. So apparently when fighting the wither, like right now, it just wouldn't face you or something. Maybe there's like some kind of problems, but that seems to be fixed now. And also they fixed flowers that disappeared after being generated with bone meal. And I'm just gonna read like one more, and that is for the pigs. So carrot on a stick will no longer jump on you know, slab staircases and simply walk up them. Okay, that's very interesting for the pigs. But let's move over to the crafting. So for the crafting, there's not too many, but like I said, I'm not gonna read, you know, the whole entire thing. So they fixed the Mojang logo. Jumping on a horse, donkey, or mule while pushing against a wall with items attached to it no longer causes black blocks to appear around the wall. Mossy stone bricks can no longer be crafted for themselves and no longer results in loss of blocks. And also for this one, enchanted apples can no longer be crafted. So that is no longer a thing. That's very, very weird. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you know, kind of for the crafting. Now for the audio, so the graphical and audio, it says beacons will now shine through lava. Split screen players will no longer share parts of the skybox backgrounds when they are in separate dimensions. They fixed the wither textures during spawning and death animations. They also fixed being able to see through lava when blindness effect is used. And the crystal beam is now centered at the crystal and not at the fire base. And also the last one, the dragon head will no longer flicker when using Norse mythology textures. So that's just, you know, one of the texture packs right there. Now for the interface, guys. This is one massive, like, update. Like, this beta is just, it's huge. So it basically says for the first one, enabling the mute toggle will no longer suppress non-chat messages like players leaving and joining. Text can now be properly copied and pasted in the text fields when using a keyboard. So you can actually hook up your keyboard with your Android device or, you know, Apple, whatever. You can actually hook it up. So it's not only for Windows 10. Obviously, you do need a keyboard for Windows 10 or you're just not going to be able to move at all, which would be very awkward. But anyways, world save size is now properly reported. The number of worlds on the worlds tab is no longer overlapped by the world icon. And also I'm just going to read one last one for the interface, and it says the oxygen bar is no longer misplaced when getting out of a boat and diving underwater. Alright, so that's it for the interface. Now for the lucky last one, guys, and that is the commands. So the first one for the commands says, cloned banners no longer appear as blank black banners. The facing component of /teleport is no longer executed before teleporting a player. Redstone dust can no longer be placed in air or blocks not suited for it using commands. Players can now be killed using the /kill when they have resistance effect of 4 or higher. The screen will no longer shake when standing on the magma blocks after applying regeneration effect of 255 or more, and banners placed with /fill command are no longer random colors on realms. So that's gonna be pretty much everything in this update. Obviously I did miss a big chunk of it, but I tried my best to try and read every single thing, but it is just huge. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. I'm recording this at almost midnight, and that was just so much to read. That is like one of the biggest things I've had to read for an update. Maybe not. Maybe there was something, much larger than this, but for the others that we got, like 1.2.9, 1.2.8, and so on, it wasn't as big as this. So it seems like they're getting prepared, I guess, maybe for the aquatic update. I'm not exactly sure when that's happening, or if we're going to be getting 1.2.11, 12, 13. I'm not exactly sure if this is the last stage until 1.3. Maybe you guys can kind of like leave a comment down below and maybe like estimate or have your own opinion when you think 1.3 is going to be released. So that is going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you go ahead and drop a like, and also if you guys haven't already, make sure you go ahead and update this game. And like I said, this is the beta, so it's not going to be on iOS, only for Android, Windows 10 and Xbox. You can join the beta if you guys haven't already. But yeah, hopefully you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. See ya.